Hey, you guys, just wanted to check in and let you know what we've got going on for this week. We're going to be dealing with, we've got another video lecture to start with, and there's you can chop part out of the beginning and part out of the end because we've made some changes to the course since the last time I used that particular lecture. In particular, you'll hear reference to an operations activity assignment. Unfortunately, I can't do that anymore. They changed my source material so that it doesn't report it the same way. And I got to a trade-off where I had to decide, do I want to require my students to learn something brand new and invest a whole lot of time to make a real simple point? And ultimately, I decided that no, that's not worth doing. So chapter 7 is the primary chapter we're looking at. If you want to get ahead, go ahead and read up on chapter 8. That's regulation. The interesting thing about chapter 7 is we aren't going very deep. And we're not going to go very broad either. I really just want you to understand loss ratios and combined ratios and investment ratios and how they work in conjunction to assess the performance of an insurance company, how well they're doing. So brief overview of more of this in the lecture. There are two pieces of operations for an insurance company. One is the underwriting side. You write policies and you have claims. And we're going to find out that most of the time, property liability insurance companies lose money on that side, on the underwriting side. And then they make it up on the investment side. So you have to look at both pieces there to be able to assess how well an insurance company is doing. But that's usually a surprise. People say, how could that possibly be that insurance companies are losing money? Well, the lecture will tell you, and it'll prove it. That's not just something I'm saying. That is a fact. And you can see it from the industry statistics that that's how it bears out. And the implication is, hey, this is a good thing. That means that insurance companies are competitive. And for consumers, that's a very good thing. We already know this, or at least we can infer it looking from advertising, right? How many insurance commercials do you see? It gives you a little hint as to how competitive the industry is. Anyway, I don't want to take away too much thunder from the actual lecture. Topic is chapter 7. And chapter 8, if you want to get ahead, most of that lecture is coming next time. Then we have an academic article that I want you to read. It's the reserve error article. So the thought is, are there insurance companies that manipulate their results financially? The companies have all kinds of incentives to financially manipulate their results to tell a story that maybe is a little bit different than from what reality it really is. So this article academically investigates, is that happening? And it's a great article to look at. It's technical, it's difficult. So the same rule applies. I don't want you spending more than an hour with that. You don't need to spend much more time than that, and you'll be able to get the main points. The quiz, again, is going to reference back to try to pick out what I think is most important from that particular article. Similar to the first article that you read for this course. It's high-level stuff, but you can handle it. It's not impossible to understand. Even if the math is a little sticky, you don't necessarily need to know the math behind it to understand the point of the article. Anyway, that's enough to tell you about for this week. So you've got a video lecture, article quiz, that's it. Read chapter 7 in the textbook, paying special attention to loss ratio, combined ratio, investment income ratio, and how they work together to give us a picture of how an insurance company is doing. If you do that, watch the lecture, you'll be all set. That's all you need. So thanks a lot, guys. If you have any questions, like always, reach out. Happy to help if I can. Take